Welcome to Kenton and Habiba. Today we're going to be doing 3 quick edgy teen styles. Our model today is Mariam, our daughter. She's 16 years old and she's blessed to have a lot of hair, really thick bushy hair thanks to her Caribbean and African mother and Vietnamese American father. So we're going to start off by parting the hair from ear to ear. So just parting it from ear to ear, and about 1/3 of the amount of hair you have should go to the front. So the majority of it will be in the back. So I'm sectioning off the hair in front into a neat little bun. And I had to speed up the video because I didn't want it to be too long. Okay, so make sure you detangle the hair. And that's what I'm doing here, making sure it's really combed out. I'm also going to add some HAIRSTYLES gel to smooth out her hair and also to make her curls pop. If your hair isn't this long and you would like the length, you could certainly have this look with Marley hair. And anyway, so I'm adding the HAIRSTYLES hair, which, by the way, I've heard some people say is canceled. I'm not quite sure why, but it helps her curls to pop, especially when I add water to her hair. So I'm just helping to create the ringlets, and then I move to the front of her hair. Now in the front, we're going to make sure we part the hair right down the middle, or as close to the middle as you can. And you're going to take a very thin section because we're going to create a thin cornrow or braid down the middle of her head. So I'm making sure to add some moisturizer of your choice, to her scalp to make sure that the hair is moisturized, of course, and that the braid looks nice and shiny. So just braiding down the middle. And I love these skinny braids, as I've said before. They're so easy to do and they look so nice in contrast to a large braid next to them. So just braiding, and then I didn't braid it all the way to the end. You don't have to. You can put a rubber band at the end of the braid or halfway down the braid to hold it. Now I'm applying some HAIRSTYLES gel and then brushing it smooth so that the sides of her hair will be nice and flat and no flyaways. Okay, so now we're going to do a large 2-strand flat twist. And I find this a little bit of a challenge, so here I'm showing you in real time that it really takes me a little bit of time to do a flat twist. You're literally taking small portions of the hair and twisting it over the opposite side while at the same time kind of tucking it under. So you're grabbing hair from both sections, and you need to have really a lot of patience to do this, from one side to the other and twisting while tucking it under. Okay, so now we got to the end of the hair, and I'm going to just basically do a 2-strand twist. Halfway down, I put a rubber band, one of those cheap rubber bands you can get at the beauty shop. I'm spraying the end just to make sure it's nice and smooth, and then I'm going to twist the rest of the hair. So that's what you see there. We're moved on to the next side, and we're going to repeat the same thing. I made sure I moisturized her hair before twisting it. So now that you've got both sides flat twisted, you're going to combine the flat twist with the center braid and put that together with a rubber band. Make sure it's not too tight, but at the same time that it doesn't fall apart. All right, let's do some baby hairs. And she doesn't always care for this part, but I always feel like it's just a nice touch. It just makes things look nice and clean. Now, what you see me doing is applying a little bit of jewelry, and you can apply as much jewelry or as little as you want. You can get this from your beauty shop. You can use an old earring, and that's the final look. Isn't she cute? I think she liked it. But yeah, I really like how it turned out, and it really doesn't take that long. So what do you think? Okay, for the second style, we're going to go ahead and leave that main section that we had before in the front. And all I did was part it down the center. So that portion that I'd already sectioned previously, I'm parting it down the center. And here, to each half, I am dividing it into 3. So what you see here is 3 sections going along the length of her head or the side of her head. So I just kind of 2-strand twisted it to keep it out the side. And to each of those 3 pieces, I'm going to section them into 3 basically squares. And what's important is that your parts are very sharp. To make this look really nice, you want to make sure your parting is really sharp. And then of course add some moisturizer. So I'm taking each section, making sure it's nicely combed out. And again, making sure it's well parted. And what's cool about this style is you don't need to know how to braid. As long as you can twist hair, this is amazing. So I added a little bit of edge control there, or a little bit of gel, kind of twist it with my hand and then apply a rubber band. And then twist the length of the hair, basically a 2-strand twist. And that's really it. So you're parting it very sharply, adding a little bit of edge control or gel, adding rubber band to that, and then 2-strand twisting it all the way down the length of the hair. It's really that simple, but it looks really like intricate once you've completed all the twists. So you're going to do that to the basically rest of the top of her head. And there you go. That's what it looks like when you have basically 3 times 3, which is 9 twists. Now what I'm doing here is I take with each row, I just twist the hair on top of the next twist. So you see it's really easy. You just twist it and then apply a rubber band, and now you have what looks almost like a cornrow. So I've done both sides here. And then we're going to move to the back. So I'm going to grab them all and then put them basically towards the center of her head all together, and that creates a really pretty look. Even though I must say the twists alone look really pretty. I almost wanted to leave the twist hanging. But yeah, it looks really nice put together. Now you can again add some jewelry. This was actually her earrings. Believe it or not, you can get creative with old jewelry, or when you have those earrings that you have one left, you can use it. Or you can get stuff from the beauty shops, up to you. So that's the look. What do you think? For the third style, you're going to need some long braiding hair. So I have my long braiding hair, and you're going to take small sections at a time. All right, but first you're going to part the center of your head, or the center of the back of her head, into 2. We're going to keep the front the same, because in this style we want the front to look like the steps we'd already followed. So I added some gel, and I'm smoothing out the hair with a brush before using or applying the braiding hair. And certainly using braiding hair is optional, but we wanted a very long braid in the back. So you're starting off with a very small section of hair, adding a little bit of hair at a time. So this is basically like a feeding braid. You're adding very small amounts of braiding hair at a time. You braid down a little bit, and then you add a little bit or a little larger section of braiding hair. So the portions or sizes of the braiding hair that you add get larger each time. And that creates a very sort of tree-like or tapered braid. So it starts off really small, and as it gets down, it looks larger. Okay, so here I added the twists that we've already done. We added it to the base of the braid. So she likes her ears covered. So we added the twist to the base of her braid. Now on this side, I've already added the gel. I'm brushing it out, smoothing down the hair again, braiding, adding a little bit of braiding hair just like we did on the other side. And it really does require a lot of patience. Okay, on this side, you will see I braided the hair almost to the bottom, almost to the base of her head. And then I'm taking the twists and laying them behind her ear, because it so happened that she had recently had her ears pierced, and so she didn't want the hair or the twist covering her ear in this case. So it's up to you where you place the twist, but here, like I said, I added it to the base of the braid and it lays down really flat behind her ear. So again, keep braiding, keep adding the braiding hair. You might need to smooth it out as you go or brush it out as you go with a brush. You might have to spray the hair a little bit. You might have to add a little bit of product just to make sure that you get a nice smooth braid. All right, once I finished braiding, I cut off a little bit of the hairs that was sticking out. You can also use a lighter if you choose, but I then dipped it in hot water. And that's the final look. Hope you liked this tutorial or mini hair tutorial with the 3 styles. Did you like the first style better with her hair loose in the back and the 2 flat twists on the side? Would you wear this style? And or did you prefer style number 2 with the twist on the top and the twist pulls to the back with her hair loose in the back? Or did you like style number 3 with the 2 braids? Comment down below, let me know where you're watching us from, and thank you for watching.